all of us as small business owners need to learn how to market successfully and improve our marketing. And so on today's show, I'm going to talk you through 3 simple steps that I've used repeatedly for our business and for our clients that will show you exactly how to improve your small business marketing. So stay tuned and we'll dive right into it. One of the things that I've experienced personally in building my business, and I've seen many times as I've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs over the last 25 plus years, is it's really easy to get into business, get things working, but not actually have a clear and effective marketing plan. And so the starting point is always, when you want to improve your business's marketing, is actually just outline a plan of what you want to accomplish. Even if you don't already know what strategies you're going to use, what advertising channels, the offers you're going to make, putting together a simple plan that says, here's the number of new contacts, new leads that I want to have each year, each month, each week, however you look at those numbers. And just defining that as the first thing, that is a very effective first step in building your plan. So if you're running a business that's virtual or more online, leads will call you or opt in with a form. Typically, if you're running a brick and mortar business, a lot of times your leads will come through the door, and you still need to capture the contact information and folks that come through your door so you can market to them more and serve them and sell them more. But as a starting point, having a plan is saying, here's how many new leads I want to, have come through the door, physically or virtually. And then also, what are the steps that you're going to take to get there? So even if you don't know how to execute something, you can still plan out the steps that you should take. Because if you're running an e-commerce store, you're going to need organic search engine traffic. You're going to need to run, paid ads on Google and Facebook and other channels like that. And you can just do some basic research and figure out, oh, these are some other things that other folks are doing, even if you haven't done that yet. So creating that plan is the first step with targeting. Here's how many leads we want to get on a monthly basis is a great, target to hit there. And then here's the steps that we're going to take to do that. We're going to do paid traffic. We're going to do webinars. We're going to do cold email. We're going to email our newsletter, list. Here's the outreach steps that we're going to do. We're going to do cold outreach on, social media channels. Just putting together a rough concept gives you way more structure than waking up every day and saying, oh, I know I need to market my business, and here's, what I think I need to do. The second step that you can take, and you can do this at any point, and it's definitely something you should do consistently, is to make sure that you actually survey your audience on a consistent basis so you know what they want and what they need. And so as you think about, solving problems for your audience, in most cases, you're going to deliver a product that solves their problem, or you're going to deliver a service that solves their problem. And when we start out in business, there's one of two paths I see people take very commonly. One, they're confident they know exactly what the market needs, and they just start promoting that. Or, they've taken more of a consultative approach, and they've had enough conversations, and they're gathering information, and they're figuring out what their audience actually does need to solve. And we all have a combination of those two things inside of us, because to start a business, to make a new offer, to lead a new marketing effort, you have to have some kind of intrinsic desire, that internal drive, and you have to have some ideas of what you think you're going to do. So those are valid and important. But what is most important is to truly understand, here's the problems that my audience has. Here's the steps they've tried to take to solve them. Here's what's worked and hasn't worked. And, ultimately, what do they want? What's the big goal? What do they want? And what do they need the step-by-step to get there? And so when you survey your audience, you can, gather that information in their own words, which is really helpful, because then you're able to, in your marketing, use the exact phrases, the exact language, everything that your audience already speaks about. If you speak in their language, you're going to have a much faster path to trust with them, instead of using industry jargon or what you're seeing other people say or just guessing at it. For your audience that you want to serve, knowing them at that level will really help you grow your marketing and plug in specific language and steps and things that your audience is telling you that they actually want. And when we do this on a consistent basis, it allows you to keep a really good pulse on your market. And so written surveys are a great start. And then out of the people that give you the most in-depth answers, you can ask to set up a phone call with them. You can ask their permission to record that call and just say, I'm just recording this for my own notes so I can rewatch it later and, work on it internally or whatever your process is. And then by having conversations, you can go a lot deeper in the answers that you got, the questions that were asked, and you really want to get a sense for everything you can about this prospect's life, where they started, how old they are, do they have kids or not, what are their business interests, what are their hobbies they do, what pain were they experiencing around the problem, and solution that you deliver that, made them seek out answers, whether through you or through, other sources. Having those conversations really fills in your full knowledge of the market that you want to serve. And it gives you, that insight that will allow you to understand, well, most of my audience members are using this language, this phrase, and not another. And a simple example I always think about is in my space, in the agency space, everybody we work with, we call our clients. We partner with our clients, and it's our responsibility to serve their best needs and interests. And so there are clients. In the home services space, most home service contractors call the people that they work for customers. And I know that's a very small different in language, but when I'm offering things to that space, I use the word they use, customer, not client. And so that's a very small example, but there's many little things like that when we're aware of, we're able to use the language that our audience is using because we've had enough conversations, we've surveyed them, we're seeing what language they're actually using. The third step in improving your small business marketing is to make sure that you create a simple offer that does not overwhelm your audience, but solves the problem they're trying to solve, and then gives them some quick wins and some other results, on top of what you promised. And so generally speaking, a simple explanation of how I show folks how to create offers is if you list out everything that you would normally deliver when somebody hires you for that product or service, and say there's at least 10 or 15 things that you do, list out in detail every single little thing that you do. Then out of that list, you can take the top 3 to 5 things and promote those as your core offer. So we're going to take this step, you're going to get this product, we're going to have this call, and this is everything you're buying. And by the way, I'm going to give you all these bonuses. It's good to split out, the things that you may do naturally already and note that they're bonuses and why you do them, because then your offer is going to be a lot more attractive to your prospects, to your audience, than if they go somewhere else and it's just a simple, here's what you get. All of us want to make sure we get a ton of value for our money and for when we invest our time. And so using that type of structure is really helpful. If you need help with creating a marketing plan, if you need to improve one of the channels you are marketing in, that's what we love helping our clients do here at Business Marketing Engine. So you can reach us at businessmarketingengine.com. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show.